All right, so anyone else feeling like they're constantly running a marathon? I mean, especially if you're in a field like healthcare, social care, or research. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely. Always trying to stay ahead of the curve.
Right. It's like, where do you even find the time to actually, learn and grow professionally when you're already so busy?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
But what if I told you there's a way to actually use that busyness, that network of people you're always interacting with, as a tool for development?
Okay, now that's intriguing.
And that's where these things called coaching circles come in. And get this, they're built around this whole idea of like micro-learning. Have you heard of that?
I have, but I think a lot of people might not be as familiar.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like, I don't know, futuristic or something.
Yeah.
But seriously, break it down for us.
Well, it's all about making learning, manageable, bite-sized even. Think about it. Instead of blocking out hours for some workshop, you get these focused bursts of information, as something you can easily squeeze into your day.
So it's like, what, brain snacks for busy people?
Exactly. And the thing is, because it's spread out over time, you actually retain more. And you're more likely to use what you learn, too.
I'm starting to see the appeal here. So how does this all work in a coaching circle setting? Like, what's the format?
So there's this great example, the EDIRA Academy, run by Dr. Sondra Butterworth. She's a community psychologist, really a leader in inclusive practices. And they've woven microlearning right into these coaching circles they offer. Basically, they're small groups led by peers that meet up and dive into specific challenges, share experiences, and just brainstorm solutions together.
It almost sounds like a support group, but with a strategic action plan element.
Yeah, I like that. Support meets strategy.
Right. And it's all happening within this EDIRA Academy framework, which, from what I've seen, they really focus on some pretty critical topics.
Yeah, they do. It's very relevant. Things like, equality and diversity, anti-discrimination, how to make research more inclusive. Really essential stuff, especially in fields like healthcare and social care, where you're dealing with such a wide range of people.
It's like they're taking those big systemic challenges head on.
Exactly. They're not shying away from the tough stuff.
So let's zoom back in on these coaching circles for a second. Besides the microlearning, what else makes them so unique? What makes them, really stand out?
It's interesting. While microlearning is a huge part of it, I think the real power comes from that group dynamic. Just imagine you're in a safe space, you can openly talk about the stuff you're struggling with at work, and everyone there gets it because they're in the same field.
It's like your own personal brain trust, but with people who actually understand the pressures you're under.
Right, and not just for problem solving either. It's also about that emotional support, knowing you're not alone.
That sense of community can be huge, especially if you're, someone from a diverse background trying to climb the ladder in a field that hasn't always been the most inclusive.
Yeah, you're hitting on a really important point. That feeling of belonging can be so empowering.
And speaking of representation, I heard EDIRA Academy is launching some new coaching circles in January 2025.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be specifically focused on health equity, anti-racism, and inclusive research. Seems like a pretty timely topic, right?
Couldn't be more relevant, especially for our listeners who are, really passionate about making things more equitable.
It's a chance to be part of something bigger, to actually create change.
Exactly. It's about going beyond just learning. It's about action, too.
So let's wrap this up. It sounds like these coaching circles are a pretty powerful way to grow, especially for people who, are juggling a million things but still want to learn and connect. You get that micro-learning aspect, you get support from your peers, and you get to really dive into these issues that are shaping your field.
And if you're thinking, all right, I'm ready to give this a shot, head over to the EDIRA Academy website. They have a section where you can express interest in their upcoming coaching circles.
It might be just the thing you need to, really unlock your potential and make a difference.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Now, here's a question for you all to think about as you go about your day. Given everything we've talked about, your own career goals, and the need for more inclusive practices, could joining a coaching circle be your next step? Just something to consider.